Like myself and my team, we created this global Black business directory, Black-owned business directory, and you were recommended by like so many different people. You know, it was amazing.
No way, are you serious?
Oh yeah.
I had no idea. No idea. I just thought like, okay, I got in the directory. Cool. You know, I never thought that. Oh,
you were probably the top 5 most recommended business. Yeah.
Don't kill me with the intro.
Let's go.
Yes.
So far, by far my best dancing partner on any show. Any show.
I win. Oh my gosh, what? Oh!
Listen, I had to bring that Jamaican vibe. I know you got that Jamaican background, so I had to bring
it.
Because people always think Trinidadians and Jamaicans don't get along, but we get along, you know what I'm saying?
We can definitely parlay. Come on, guys. It's such a stigma. It's such a stigma. Hey, guys. Thank you for being here.
Everybody's in here. Everybody's joining. Everybody's excited to talk with the queen, Pureness herself. Normally behind the scenes, but she's in front of the scenes.
Apparently I have no choice. Apparently I have no choice but to be in front. So
no choice. None whatsoever. It's going down. Listen, it's an honor. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for doing this. We've been talking all week, having a great time, you know, and it's amazing. Because sometimes I wish we could record those conversations too, right?
They flowed so well, and we were like, what are we going to talk about when we go live? Like, will there be content? Hopefully so.
Listen, it's so amazing. It's so amazing. Now, you know, I gotta get the cat out the bag first. People wondering what's going on with my head. You know, I'm not sure if you're following my stories, but I took like lockdown vibes. I tried to cut my own hair. It didn't work. I know, Pureness. I'm sorry. Listen, I can't see my barber for 28 days. You know, and I was like, you know, my barber's in here and he's vexed. You know. So like,
you know what? He's the one you have to deal with. I won't deal with your case. He'll deal with your case.
But like, you know, being a professional in the industry, when one of your clients came to you after the first lockdown, looking all crazy, like, how was that like?
There was a weave. There was a weave.
There was a weave.
And it was really bad. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad, and I was like, "Oh, girl." So, you know.
But like, it's like desperate times, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no, I get it. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Everybody was on the struggle bus. I saw a lot of people with their nails. You know, nails. I think were the #1 thing. Lash extensions and nails. When they started falling out, you did look slightly crazy.
Nails really looking like Edward Scissorhands and Freddy Krueger.
Honestly, I was like, "Whoo!" There was a weave. There was a weave. Yeah. Hey Corey, what's up? Thank you for the love, guys. Woo! But
listen, so like I had to apologize to my barber. I don't know what I was thinking, but you know, I'm gonna leave it alone. Listen.
Did you try the lineup too, or?
No, I didn't touch the lineup. I was trying to do a fade, but it didn't work. And then I was gonna try like touch the beard, but I said nah. I'm gonna just call it quits. I'm gonna just quit while I'm ahead. Forget it.
The poor barbers, the poor hairstylists.
Yo, listen, barbers, hairstylists,
Mhm.
you know, hair artists like yourself, because you're more than a stylist, you're an artiste.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
you know, it is what it is. Thank you. Hey,
So
Angela.
how has it been with the shutdowns? Because I mean, the pandemic has hit everybody in different ways, but personal care services, especially, once again, have been shut down. You know, in a Toronto here, and it's like it's just crazy, right?
Yeah, it's been crazy, and everybody feels the craze and whatever is happening in the air. Hey, honey, but it's like I don't think we should stress it so much. Honestly, where are we going? Like, just relax. You're good. Everybody's good. We all know we look a mess, and we all look a mess to each other, but we look normal to each other because it cancels each other out. So we're good. It's actually, a double positive negative. But no, it's affected businesses, of course. If that's where we're leaning on, it definitely has affected businesses. Things have slowed, and we've seen businesses shut down. We've seen
a lot
businesses shut down. Some of us have stayed afloat, some haven't. Some are hanging by a thread right now and are finding other ways to, bring in revenue. And I think we have to be careful. In the very beginning of pandemic, I was like, I'm going to be careful with dollars, because you do not want to overextend yourself. Even if you feel that may be a great venture right now, we have to be careful, because what if it doesn't work and we will be left stranded,
Exactly.
And there won't be anyone to pick up the pieces, unfortunately, after this, I don't believe. Hey, everybody.
Yeah. But I think, I had on last Monday, a young lady, she's 22 years old, started her own beauty parlor in Brampton, full service. Yeah, amazing.
Like an actual physical brick and mortar.
Physical building, everything.
Wow.
It was actually, because I'm here in Brampton too, it was an old building that had not been touched for 5 years, and renovated it, did everything. They opened in the pandemic, right? And like they were thriving, but then the shutdown came, and all of that, right? But what I was saying to her, because I'm the son of a small business owner too, right? And like, you got to kind of trust the business owners to put in the protocols. You know what I'm saying? You got to try at least, because remember, small businesses on a good day don't get more than like 20 patrons anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
So it's like you got to try to implement that kind of stuff. So I know a lot of businesses are really struggling, right?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And the thing that we try to we're almost kind of like hiding it, that there's a struggle happening, and it's like, no, let's pan together and figure out these struggles and fill gaps in where we can with each other's businesses. And I think we're doing that right now. You know what I mean? Like, this is what it is, and finding new ways to make this happen and connect with each other. I love connection. I say that a lot, actually.
Yeah. Listen, everybody's on here loving you, eh? Like, you got all the
love.
Oh
my God, it's
all
love.
the love here.
I love love.
All the love. All the love. Everybody's pulling up. But
oh my gosh, it's
so
lit.
For those that may not know you, which is probably few and far between, you've been doing hair and makeup artistry for a long, long time.
Yeah.
How did you get started? What was your journey like? Maybe just give us a little background.
Sure. I guess it goes a little bit further than where I normally go. I normally say I started, I was working in the government, and it went a little bit before that. In high school, I did do co-op for an aesthetic shop, a little shop upstairs of a West Indian store. And she actually was pretty good. She was, especially weekends, everybody came in for their food, and they went upstairs and got their nails done or a facial or whatever it may be. And she had good prices. People came through, but she was very depressed. She was very depressed and just seemed unsatisfied. And that really turned me off of the business. She wasn't really making any. By the time I had left, she, business had slowed down, and she wasn't really making. The passion was just gone, I think, for her. And it really turned me off as a new, person in this beauty industry. So I never pursued it. I, went along with my schooling, and later on, as I say, later on down the line, I was working for the government and, had the corporate thing going. And then I decided, what? I've avoided this long enough. There's something here that needs to be said. So I moved on into the makeup and hair entertainment industry. So it was an interesting transition, but there was a large gap that a lot of people don't know about.
Really? Oh, wow. Amazing. And then, then you transitioned to doing hair and makeup for some prominent people and just everybody. And, like I said to you before, we even connected, like, your reputation precedes you, as someone who provides excellent service, but also excellent care, you know, and you're someone like and as I said to you, immediately, you know, you protrude this very gentle, a generous spirit about you, you know, and it's amazing because, you know, like I know for me, my connection with my barber is deep, you know what I'm saying?
Because you talk to him, right? You connect,
of course,
right?
yeah. So like, how do you find that connection? And I mean, oftentimes you're almost like a quasi therapist, right?
We have been known. I mean, that's something I think that was kind of like almost like a meme before memes were out there, that hairstylists were therapists for the most part. So yeah, definitely I've found that for myself, and I found that maybe even more deeply. And I told you about someone that mentioned that they had that feeling, you know, and it's like, everybody I come across, they always say, you know, there's that feeling, and I felt so good. And I can tell as the process happens, I see them sitting taller. They haven't seen themselves yet.
Yeah.
They're sitting taller, and they're suddenly feeling like, and the smile is coming along the face. And I've had people start crying. And it's like, whoa, this is something. This is something. And I've ignored it for much too long. And I told you that. I was like, I need to embrace this. Whatever this connection I have with people and my clients in the chair, and when they have that, especially the physical connection, it's just so profound. So
yeah, absolutely.
I think it's just natural.
Because there's something about, you know, sitting in that chair and just, just talking and just, being able to share it with somebody, and it's like it's like a safe space, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are situations, and this is why I never really liked the salon. I guess the general salon experience was because it was like crowded, and I like that I'm able to do mobile in their home, in their studio. There may still be people around in the studio, but it's still a little bit more together, a little bit more one-on-one, and we get to connect. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, I mean, like, when I think about it, and I think about all that's been happening, obviously with the pandemic. I mean, like I always tell people, there's more than one pandemic. There's the viral pandemic of racism, poverty, unemployment. There's a lot of different pandemics that really have come to light in 2020. Like, it's just amazing. So when we think about it now, like, and we look at the emphasis that we saw in the spring, summertime with the social injustice, right?
Yeah.
A lot of emphasis on Black Lives Matter and all of that. Mm-hmm. And particularly, buying black, black businesses and all this kind of stuff. We had a lot of companies trying to do their best to highlight Black employees and promote them and all that kind of stuff. But for small business owners who have been doing this for a while, who have been saying, we are also important. Like I always say, Black businesses matter. You know what I'm saying? Because the stats are clear. Kieran, that Black businesses are least likely to get the patronage that other business owners do. And like, in your expertise and your experience, why do you think there's a stigma with Black businesses, Black owned businesses, like in general?
Now I'm gonna go directly straight to beauty, and where there's that issue. I don't want to generalize every field. I think I should stay in my lane.
Sure.
But what I will say is, in the beauty industry, what you find is, I just talked to a girl about 3 days ago, and she said, you know what, there was a shoot I was supposed to do, and was supposed to hire this girl, but the attitude, she said, why would I bother? Why would I bother waste my time just to get an attitude? And then you're probably going to come do my face with an attitude.
Right.
And the experience isn't there. People want an experience. It's a whole thing. And I get it. Beauty and all that. You think it's so basic, but there's a lot that comes with it. And yeah, that's one thing that's huge. Attitude, customer service, it is lacking. And a lot of people just feel that they can just start a business, get a business card, do whatever. And it's that simple. No, it is not. I'm sorry. Go back to the drawing board, look in the mirror, figure out what you're doing, and then move forward, because it's not going to work in that manner.
Absolutely.
We hate each other. Thank you, Lionel. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I think as well, from some of the others that are looking from the outside looking in, there's a stigma that our quality of service isn't good, which is not true.
Yes.
Because we do just as much studying and honing of our crafts as anybody else. But just the fact that trying to overcome these things, like you said, the customer experience has to be almost even more
Exactly.
exceptional than,
Bar none. Exactly.
right?
We have to overcompensate. And I think people do forget that that's a thing. Even with not even just dealing with non-melanated people, just in our community, we have to overcompensate because now people are expecting that of us. So we have to come and just totally sweep them off their feet. One, be punctual.
Absolutely.
First step, be punctual.
Absolutely.
Be a little early, you know, get that stigma out, because they're probably sitting there like, oh yeah, she's gonna be late. Let's chill for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, answer the phone in a decent manner, respond to emails promptly. Just simple, basic little things, little dots that connect, and you're like, poof, like you've made yourself established and set apart from the rest, right? Yeah.
Shout out to my sister, DJ Millie, international supermodel, DJ in the building. She's going live right after this. She's amazing. And she,
she is.
And she talked about this too, you know, with the fact that, you know, being a model for top brands and all that stuff, a lot of them don't cater to the black girls and to the black women. And you know, even she, like when we went live, she was talking about the fact that they didn't even know what to do with like her hair and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, there's even in the makeup artist industry, right? You know, there's there's a lot of issues, right?
Business plan. Yeah, no, exactly. And funny, I was going to actually stop there and kind of revert back and say, well, not everybody is like that. I wanted to correct myself in that. Not everybody is like that. However, because that stigma does exist, even just giving somebody a chance to believe that you have that trait is a no-no. So be careful with that. So I just wanted to touch on that part as well.
Absolutely. You know, and it's so important and it's so critical because we are being looked at, you know, as like a you know, like under a microscope, right? Like,
you know, I'm always
the attention is on us, you know, like Melissa said, it's very true, but a big amount. It's a big amount, you know, and it's so important that we do our best to super exceed those expectations, right? Because we know we're not dealing with a level playing field here.
And it's not, and people, I mean, just like myself, I've never really complained, but I do understand when people complain and say, it's so unfair that we have to overcompensate. We got to do all this stuff because, but unfortunately, when you have, it's almost like, you know, anything in life, if you've kind of failed grade 1, if you failed grade 1, you know, you're going to have to overcompensate to kind of bring up your mark and bring up your overall average the next time, your next go around. So you have to, unfortunately, for those that maybe have failed before you, you have to overcompensate. And I've actually had that situation tenfold because I've been in situations where I wasn't necessarily the first one called. I was called because something failed prior to me. Yes. And they were like, oh, that booking didn't work. She's late. She didn't make it. She took our money. She was disrespectful. I've had all of the reasons why I've been maybe called second, and that's okay. I understand. But what I will say is in the end, I solidified that booking. I got the clients thing, and I have their business for as long as I ever need because I earned that trust. So it's so important.
Building trust is so important. You know, it's you know, it's building, you know, that trust is so key and it's so valuable. But what they say, I know someone who failed grade 1. Well, you know, I mean, girl, that's tough, you know.
That's terrible.
But, you know, it's just, you know, it's amazing just to see that in every industry, in every walk of life that Black people occupy, you know, and that's why what I wanted to talk about next was the fact that our buying power is in the trillions of dollars as Black people, you know, and we're so quick to.
Where is it coming from?
Right?
Last I heard everybody's struggling. Where is it coming from?
You see? You see what I'm saying? Know? But the thing about it is we spend our money so quickly, you know, we get that check and it's gone and we burn through that paper before we even look at what Black businesses can possibly benefit to keep growing our community, right?
Or invest in ourselves. Who knew we could do that? Yeah, we can, guys.
Yeah, absolutely, right?
Yeah, and it's such a failing mindset. It's such a failing mindset that we just like to live maybe paycheck to paycheck. And there's nothing wrong if that's where you're at in life. But if you keep yourself there for no known fact, I don't understand why you would want to do that. So no. just, if you can do better, you know, put some aside, invest in yourself. And again, like pandemic times, if this is the time where you are able to put a little bit aside for that maybe business that you've been thinking to do forever and ever, amen, then maybe this is the time to do it if you can, and just be wise about your decisions. So yeah.
Absolutely. And being more intentional with our spending. And that's actually how we kind of connected, because I myself and my team, we created this global Black business directory, Black owned business directory. And you were recommended by like so many different people, you know. It was amazing.
No way. Are you serious?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I had no idea. I had no idea. I just thought like, okay, I got in the directory. Cool. You know, I never thought that. Oh,
you were probably the top 5 most recommended business. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I know, it's
I'm
crazy,
like
right?
freaking out. Stop it.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. And I saw the list. It's not a few people on there either.
No,
so
it's a lot of people. And it's growing. Our team is working every day to add more, but it's just to show people that in every industry, we have Black people that can do it. You know what I'm saying? If given the opportunity, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And what you're saying, I'm still trying to process it, but it's exactly that. It's getting yourself in that position where people really look to you as who you're, you know, putting out there. And if that is a positive thing, then you're going to get positive results. So
absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Because in that direction, we got health and beauty, we got fashion apparel, we got real estate, mortgages, education, wellness, health and fitness, everything.
Yes.
You know,
you have a good category. I was so impressed by that.
Yeah,
so thank you. But on behalf of all of us, thank you for that.
No, you know, I appreciate it, you know, and we're still building it, and we're going to be digitizing it and having it a bit more, you know, mobile, but it's just to show that, you know, across wherever you are, you know, instead of maybe hitting one of the big box stores like a Walmart or a Amazon or whatever, there's a local Black owned business, small business in general that can really, you know, provide you with what you're looking for, right?
Absolutely. I want to touch on this a little bit, and this goes across the board with small businesses and just the customers. I want to speak on that because I've had a little experience with that during the pandemic, and I wanted everyone to kind of understand that we are not an Amazon. We are not a Walmart. We may not be able to deliver to you in, you know, 24 hours. We may not be able to give you the shipping prices that they are able to because they have mass production, however, and distribution. However, if you give us a chance, we may be able to deliver something even more personal to you and something of great quality. So I really want to speak on that because it was like, I've had some experiences where it's like, where's my package? Where is this? What's happening? And it's like, relax. Be still, and it will come. So yeah, like I found that was happening a lot during this pandemic. And you know, some of these businesses were actually just starting and people were expecting them to ship out and be at their door in 15 minutes. I'm like, no, it will not work that way. So give the businesses a chance and understand that it does take more time, more effort, more dollars to make these things work and flow properly. Just, you know.
And that's a key point because there is no economic machine behind the small business. You know what I'm saying? Like there isn't a huge advertising and logistics budget, you know, pushing, you know, this machine, right? So being more patient with each other. And I think that's an issue that we got to deal with as Black people in general. We're not patient with each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that tolerance level that we would have if we walk into a big time retailer and we'll be patient and we'll be on our best behavior and we're not trying to bargain.
Do you get that?
Deals,
you know what I mean?
Asking for discounts.
Crazy. Yeah, it's so crazy. And then they don't realize that as customers too, you have to come with a certain, you know, don't come with the wall up and the you know, it does make a difference on how you'll be perceived, although we are meant to treat every customer wonderfully, whether they come to us correctly or not. However, you know, as customers too, I've been a customer and I try to come just as I am. I don't come in and I'm a business owner and you should have done this and I'm clean. No, like you have to be humble in all senses. Yeah, you have to play both fields because you never know. I've been a customer and then that person has turned into a client because they were like, whoa, and you never know.
You never
So,
know. Honestly,
you never know.
it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
It's so true. You have to treat everybody with that same kind of respect and dignity,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
And it says here, there's a comment here that says, but a lot of people don't understand how shipping works. With exactly like the logistic, like it's not Amazon, like it's a lot different, you know.
Just that simple, you know, and they know this, but they still treat it so unfairly and so brash. It's just like, it's not like that. Let's be kind, you know, and again, and then to the business owners, be kind to your customers, even when you're stressed out, when they want their shipping in 2.2 seconds, you know, treat them kindly as well. And we'll go hand in hand, and then we'll keep that dollar circulating in our community. Let's at least do each other that favor.
Yeah, and I think that's where I think our strength lies, you know, in the ability to control our spending. Yes,
absolutely.
Everybody likes the big name brands and they like all that stuff, but but you know what? When we really think back, right? So when Carl Kanai came out, and you had Sean John, you had Fubu, you had all these other black owned, like those were black owned businesses that back then that we weren't thinking about as being black owned. We're just thinking about, oh, just an entertainer or a fashion. No, but they were trying to shift the spending power and the design and everything from what we were used to, but we didn't recognize it like that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's you know, and there's different respects. I guess there's different levels to this as to whether, you know, who we choose to respect and who we don't choose to respect, and who we look at as, oh, it's just that little business, or
true,
ooh, I'm going to do this for them, you know.
Yes.
Things like Beyonce coming out with this clothing line, and I've seen the shift in like how people are spending this money. But had it been Suzanne over there that was selling that product, oh, why is it so expensive, girl?
Right.
And this top don't even fit so good. And you know, like, it's such a different attitude. So
man, Queen, that is the point right there. I'm telling you, like, I always say this, like, we got to support everybody as if they were celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Because just because, yes, shout out to Beyonce, she's doing her thing, whatever, but there's a lot of amazing black owned designers and retail, like, people that are doing it and have been doing it and aren't partnered with a bigger, huge brand, that are just making the clothes by themselves. My twin Victoria says here, but everybody got the designer joint one different, like my Android.
Because you ain't got that iPhone. It's all good. It's all good. No, but exactly, it's exactly that. We, you know, I do want to get some something else in Ivy Park, like something else. And yeah, you're gonna spread yourself out and give a girl a chance, give a guy a chance.
I'm telling you,
just even one. If all of us just supported one, you know what it would do? Big things.
Like, I was looking at the list, the directory, because the team, I have people in Canada, and the States and in Europe helping me, and I looked at some of the items that I never knew, like even like candles. Candles industry is huge right now, and we have a lot of black owned candle makers. You know, like with the messages on them and all that stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually was like, hold on, maybe I need to make some scented candles or something. I don't know, is this a thing? No, yeah, it actually, I don't know why.
You know, and shout out to a small business, Real Talk Candles, amazing. Like, they have, like, their stuff is flying off the shelves. Like, it's just like, I love to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and like,
big talk.
Instead of going to like one of like Home Sense or whatever to buy whatever, I mean, you can support them, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, no, then I totally agree. I totally agree. Just changing that mindset. And again, if we all put in the work, then eventually we can do it. We can do it. We just have to change that mindset and that attitude behind, you know, black owned businesses as a customer and also as the business owner. So
because it's the same way, like with our Black lives, right? If we don't appreciate each other first, the world is not going to appreciate us, right? If black men don't protect black women, then the world is not going to protect black women. You know what I'm saying? Black businesses need us to protect them and invest in them first, and show them that they are worthy of patronage from all walks of life. Every other culture does it, right?
Yeah, it's true. Every other, talk about it. Talk about
every other culture does it.
they will support each other to the point of like, okay, I'm not going to say it, but they'll really like hustle. They'll suffer
Yes.
to make sure that their community thrives. They will suffer for it.
Listen.
And we will do the complete opposite. We'll suffer to give our dollars away. That's what
I'm telling you. And then they're building then they're acquiring, strip malls to have a lot of their different businesses, so that you go to one strip mall, that you can get your groceries here, your specialty clothing here, your dentist is here, your mechanic is there. I mean, that's what we gotta do, right?
Yes.
Shout out, my girl Baz is in here. Like, it's just like, like those are the kind of things that we gotta do, right?
Absolutely, we have to. And I think, I want to say it's our duty. I want for us to say it's our duty to at least try.
Yep.
So.
No, it's definitely our duty. Absolutely. Because in order for us to now build back our communities, because as we know, the government isn't investing in our communities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our predominantly Black communities, right? Yeah. So if we can now acquire the strip plazas and the places, put our businesses there, hire our people, then we can help to change the dynamics in all of our
let's talk about areas. Specifically, something that actually irks me almost every day, I have to go in this area, is Eglinton West. Why do we not own a portion of Eglinton West?
Yes.
I cannot understand why there's so much land infrastructure going on down there, and now they're building it up, and we do not have a piece of it. It's like a little Jamaica, little islands. I'm telling you, down there, and we don't own an ounce.
Yep. Like my big bro Mark says, we have to work collectively. We're always competing against each other.
Yeah, and the competition, and that's why. I mean, yes, we're supposed to be competitive, but be competitive with the whole market, not with ourselves, because that's not going to help us.
It's not going to help us
together a little bit, No
disrespect, but we got to be strategic too. To have 14 patty shops on one strip of the sidewalk, it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Like, we gotta be strategic, so this patty shop is competing against this patty shop and this patty shop. No, let's maybe put the patty shops together and then open up something else and then do something else.
Or just work with what you've got. I've seen, the one jerk man down the street and the next jerk man sit down there. So, like, you guys can both work cohesively on the same street, basically right beside each other, and be okay. But you don't have to say that man jerk doesn't taste good, come over here. So then his business shut down. Now what? We just lost another one. Come on. That's not how it should be.
Yeah. We have another comment here. WP Cycle says, the mindset of the elders. Sorry, I can't read that. I don't know if you can read that.
I think it's against my skin. There we go.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
The
mindset of the elders were not the same. It says our elders came to work and go back. Others came to build and hire us. It's so true.
Yeah. Fact.
It's so true. It's so true. We have always been the hired help. You know what I'm saying?
And we're okay with it. And that's what saddens me. We're okay with it.
And we shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a question in the question box. I'm attempt to use the question box. I don't know how to use the question box, but I'm gonna try to use the question box.
I wouldn't know either. I've never done the question. So
I'm gonna press the question box. Hopefully, it does not end this live. Okay. Okay. It says. Okay, here we go. It says here. So how do we build up our community? So how do we build back out? Yeah. So how do we build our community? And for me, I'm no expert, even though, I've been in accounting and finance for over 18 years, and I've been helping community businesses and stuff work. But in my humble opinion, it starts with being intentional and directional with our spending. That's number one.
Intent. Absolutely intent.
Has to be. We have to strategically, we also, like you said earlier, we got to change our mindset. We just can't be like, okay, I got my paycheck. Let me go hit up, this high fashion, brand or whatever. Let me think how I can strategically support this business that is hiring somebody that looks like me to support their family so that they can hire somebody else. And it starts with intentionally directing our spending accordingly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because then so that small business doesn't have to close down.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Like my
And
dad
the
is,
thing is, it does have to be more of a collective, because it is hard as an individual to keep a business afloat. But if you and your friends, and you start recommending them, and word of mouth and spirit behind all of that definitely makes a huge difference. Because when we
yes,
start spreading that word, like you have the directory, things like that, and that's what helps it grow. Because I had, like a local beauty supply, and I used to try and support them, but unfortunately what started happening is it was only me supporting them, basically, as far as I could see. Every time I went in there, it was just completely empty.
yeah,
And it was like I couldn't really support her anymore because she wasn't able to afford to bring in the product. So I was like, well, now I have to go to, the Asian beauty supplies to get the product. And I have no choice. It's not even like it's too expensive there. It's like she just doesn't have the product.
yeah,
So we actually have to really collectively help these businesses to thrive. And, just like myself, when I get that word of mouth, you have no idea how quickly I'm on it, because I'm like,
yes,
they did not have to recommend me. They didn't have to give me that support. And
that's right.
I need it, of course, to keep thriving. And I appreciate it all the way through. So yeah, we gotta band together, but also help it as a cycle.
Yes,
So
spread,
yeah, very important.
refer.
Mhm.
My sis, Sam says here, plug into the Black groups, and buy Black. And if what you need isn't there, start it. That's amazing point. If it's not there, start it.
Yeah.
And that's how great ideas and businesses are birthed, because you recognize a need in the marketplace that's missing, right?
Mhm.
Like we all talk, like we always joke about infomercials at like 2 a.m. in the morning, right? They're all telling us,
Yes.
but it's still, I'm like, yo, why didn't I think of that? You know what I'm saying?
It worked. There's some stupidness I bought back in the day. And when I look back at that commercial, I'm like, who would ever fall for this? Only someone
Right.
like me would fall for this stupidness on the screen. But we all fell for it. And you're half delirious in the middle of the night. Maybe you got it for a midnight snack, or you were just awake for no reason. And that stuff is convincing. They say it like 643 times. Repetition is everything.
Yes.
And you're sitting there like, maybe I really do need this, thing that scrubs the wall, that doesn't scrape it, that actually paints the wall and also makes it look shiny. Yeah, I think I do need that thing.
It's so true. It's so
Yeah.
true. And like the other thing too is that we gotta we gotta stop being so critical, right? Because a lot of times, and I'm actually writing a book, and a part of this, I'm not gonna give it away, I know, but
we have to talk about it. I want to hear about that. Okay, go ahead.
It centers around this concept of lack of support, right, from the people that know you the best. And a lot of times, people are like, oh, that's just PURENESS, oh, that's his Kev, that's Kev from back in the day, oh, whatever.
Yes.
So because they only view you as who they knew you were to be, and they can't see past that vision, or they can't see past that picture of you. Shout out to Danica.
Yes, secret. That's huge. And I wanted to say something on that. And I've been very particular with people, because I have a plethora of people that I know personally, and then clients. And some of those people I've actually intermingled. So, but with that said, I always say to them, listen, if you ever refer me, don't call me a friend, because it's never taken in the same light. Oh, I have a friend that does some makeup. Yes. Right away, I'm like, okay, I'll hire a professional. They don't look at it as if it were really a business. And I've had people like, so-and-so said, he was a friend of yours, or she was a friend of yours, and you do makeup, and I checked out your page. Oh my gosh, you're actually real. Oh because they already got that perception that I'm just some little girl pushing a brush in my basement, doing nothing. And I've always said you have to be so careful. So on top of being referrals, you got to make sure how you refer the person. Don't start quoting prices. Don't start saying it's your friend from Woyo. Yeah. Make sure you kind of present it professionally. So
exactly.
And let the business person do the rest of the work, because it can get really messy.
And pay full price. Hello. Stop negotiating deals all the time. Like, that's what we do. Like listen, when
that was a big meme, like, oh, we're not
PURENESS, like, Black folks are funny, eh? Like we're funny people. We will not walk into I don't know what a high-end, like a Chanel store and start negotiating. Like, we're not walking into the Benz dealership and negotiating prices, but we'll negotiate with our own people. Like, come on.
Yes. Yeah. Like, why the negotiation? Why does it happen? Why? I understand there are actually some groups of people that actually are huge on negotiation. However, there are places you cannot negotiate.
Yes.
So why is this the chosen place that you come to negotiate pricing? Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't. If you can't afford it, go to someone else. I'm sure there's somebody of whatever quality that maybe fits that pricing, or maybe even there might be somebody that's super talented that kind of just started that's willing to be less. But don't disrespect the person that, you know,
Exactly.
From it. You know, if you were to say, you know, I couldn't really afford it, and then leave it to me to be like, you know what? I'm willing to work with you today. You know, especially during COVID, there's been those little laxes where, you know, I'm like, is it worth the extra 50? Or, you know, maybe I could work with her today, you know,
yeah.
And it's better for me. And I'm pretty sure this person's coming with some referrals down the line, and she has 2 more shoots coming up. Cool. Is the $50 going to make the difference? The sway? Maybe not. So let's go for it.
Yeah.
But leave it to that person to kind of give it to you, as opposed to, yo, so you got the hookup? Why you got no hookup? I was actually in a group chat. I had to leave it. And they were talking about, and this girl sent out a coupon. And I think she's in, actually, I don't remember where she was. I think she was Atlanta. I don't want to quote it. But she was like, hey guys, you know, so we're having wings on sale at my new store, whatever, you know, restaurant. And here you go, guys. And they were like, what are we supposed to do with 3 wings? What kind of coupon is this? Take the wings. She's trying to promote her business. There's 3 wings. Maybe you buy the other 3 if you're hungry. That's the whole idea, to get people in the door. But right. People were actually mad that she gave this coupon out for 3 wings.
Wow.
And I was like, where do you win? Are we just going to support her? Or are we just going to cuss her off? Because it was so disheartening. I just left the chat. But
yeah, and that's the whole mindset shift, you know. And McKinney Smith says here, author, the dynamic author and queen herself.
Of course.
She says, especially for the service, because it's your time. And that's the thing. It's hard enough to quantify time. And what people don't understand, a job that you're working for has quantified your time, right?
Yeah.
What they think your time is worth to perform the task that they're asking you to do on that job, right? So you know, if somebody's pricing themselves accordingly, it's because of how they structured their time. Shout out to my twin sis, Cam Shuka, in the building.
Cam Shuka.
July 17th. Fam.
Hungry belly people candy. It's so true. And yes, Queen, to lower the price. Yeah. And we'll spend it elsewhere, but we'll ask for a discount in our community. Yeah, it's so true. My babe, you too.
You know, and that's the thing, you know, like, you know, I mean, we lowball ourselves, like Michelle was saying too, like we lowball ourselves because we are afraid that we won't get the people or the traffic. So we're already setting ourselves, you know, lower than what we should, right?
I remember I would do research on pricing, and you know, people would be like, this is standard pricing, and I'd be like, okay, maybe I should be like $50 less, maybe I should be like $35 less, because I don't think my people are going to pay for that. And I really used to think like that. This was years ago, and I was like, sorry, I have a high-end service. Every time I reach, people are saying, oh my gosh, I didn't think I'd get all this. So I'm like, wait a minute. If you didn't think you'd get all this, and what did you think you were paying for? That means you would have paid premium for this. So what am I doing to myself here?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. We love you, Cam Shuka Bell.
Right.
But you know, it's funny because, you know, I know, like for myself, like my dad, he's been a small business owner in Canada for over 45 years.
I didn't know this. Okay.
45 years. And he's part of Canadian Black business history. Like he was the first Black regional manager for Sunbeam Household Appliances in Canada, right?
True.
Yeah, and then in the 90s, he negotiated a deal with Mattel. You know, the toy company, Mattel, to be the authorized dealer across Canada for service for the Power Wheels trucks. You know those motorized Power Wheels.
That's so
that
cool.
all by
I
himself.
mean, I was down on Power Wheels. That's crazy.
Yeah, and he came from Trinidad. Didn't know he went to school, studied, was in Brooklyn, then came to. So he's been doing this for 45 years. Still been a struggle because they see him as a Black man first. True. Right.
And that's another thing is when people didn't know I was Black, I was, you know, I didn't have a problem.
Yeah.
Because they'd hear
Right.
me on the phone. They actually didn't think I was Black. That
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of pictures up of myself. So they really didn't know who I was with the many races on my different pages and platforms. Yeah. They had no idea. So I was, you know, I'd show up at the door and I'd get the, oh, and my name, you know, my name, of course. So it's like,
yes.
Oh. That look. And I was like, I think I'm gonna have to show myself more because it's awkward when I get to the door and they give me that look. That's weird.
Yes.
So,
yep.
Yeah.
Same with me. My name, especially in meetings, like when I'm chairing meetings that are virtual,
Yeah.
and they hear Kevin Joseph, they don't think Black guy until they turn on the screen. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, you.
Oh, can we have the guy that's supposed to chair the meeting? Oh, that's him. That's him.
Yeah, I'm not just here doing camera work. I'm
Yeah.
him right now.
I'm not just doing camera work.
Rude.
But those are the kind of micro aggressive, you know, systematic, you know, systemic, you know, racist issues that we got to deal with, that we got to overcome. Like we have to continue to push forward. But if we can band together as a community, as a Black community, as the global Black community, we can change and shift that dynamic. Because remember, businesses only respond to money. That's just the end. At the end of the day, where you put your money is where their focus is going to be.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, absolutely.
That's just what it is.
Money drives it. I mean, even for myself, like I have to go get the products. I know when I get to the door, they're waiting for me to spend my money.
Yes.
If I get to someone's door, I'm making sure that I complete that service satisfactory or above to make sure I do get that dollar, because I have to pay for that product I just bought at the store. So,
yes.
You know, and everything else that comes with it. So yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. Amazing. Wow. I mean, Queen, you preaching tonight, girl. You preaching tonight.
We're going in. We started off with the dance and then we just got real serious.
Listen, for those of you that missed the beginning of the show, for those of you that missed the beginning of the show,
we might have to end
it
it off
was the longest
like
dance portion of any of my. I've done over 110 shows since June.
Whoa.
Just since June. I know, crazy, right?
Whoa.
But man, we had a blast dancing earlier. But I'll be saving this on my page so y'all can watch it later. But you know, just to kind of wrap things up here, I mean, what's next for you? What have you been doing? You know,
I have projects coming, but they're secret right now. We're in secret mode right now. Okay. But
I love that.
Part, of course, we're going to keep driving the business. Online is definitely going boom. Celebrities are coming through. I'm definitely traveling a bit more. It's honestly, it's a wonderful time because I decided to use a little bit of this and be still. I decided to be still for a minute.
Yes.
And I'm excited. And just like the love that came through, just like the people who recommended me onto the directory, I love you all. And that is why I'm here. Like, duh, it's all that makes sense to me. And I'm just here for the people. And if the people are here for me, it will come back tenfold because I always give back. So.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the remarkable things about you is that from all that I've heard and you know, especially from you know, just seeing you interact with, you know, your clients and all that, is just the genuine care and love that you put into everything that you do. Every facet of what you do it with excellence, right?
Thank you. Yeah, I try my best to make sure that precedes me, and I've gotten the feedback that it's working, and I appreciate that from everyone that feels it. You dig?
Everybody's here for you. Everybody, drop some pink hearts for the Queen. PURENESS. Everybody, drop some pink hearts for the Queen. She is amazing. It's, you know, it's wonderful because as a Black woman, as we know, globally, worldwide, the most disrespected people on earth are the Black and Indigenous women, period, bar none. But they are also the most resilient, the most powerful, strong people, you know, and it's amazing because you throw anything at a Black woman. You give a Black woman $10, she'll make you a Thanksgiving feast like you've never seen before. You know what I'm saying?
Kidding me? With some decorations in the house too, you best.
Right?
Thank you guys. Much love.
Look at all that love. Look at all that love for you. And I'm telling you, you know, it's just a testament again to the way that you are, your gentle, calming, sweet presence and spirit. It's infectious. It makes everybody just want to connect with you. And, you know, everybody that's been able to watch what you've done and see and participate, everybody make sure you guys go follow Faces by Pureness, right?
And then any of my people, make sure you follow this king right here for sure.
Y'all can follow me too. You know I'm crazy
The
on
real
here.
ones. Yeah.
I'm crazy on here. But other than your Instagram, is there any other social media platforms that people can find you at?
Absolutely. So I've been live streaming. I'm on Bigo. I'm on POF. I've also been kind of dabbling to getting back into YouTube a lot more. And all of it is Faces by Pureness on Bigo and Pureness. And pretty much every platform is Faces by Pureness. I try to stay consistent so y'all can find me. www.facesbypureness.com is the website. You can contact me. All of my connections are through there. And let's do this. 2021 is coming, guys. Let's mix bash. Let's go.
It's time for us to really take back our power, which our spending power, be more intentional with it, supporting Black businesses all over the place, every industry. Let's do it. Thank you to everybody that was watching. Victoria, Almond, everybody, Mark, everybody, Sam, everybody in here, Michelle, everybody in here, everybody in here, McKinney, everybody in here. Love y'all. Make sure you guys could continue to look at our directory, recommend more people to us. You know, you can find us at info@kevjoseph.com. Just send an email. Any Black businesses that you know, we're just trying to build this huge network to support. So
I support
wonderful. That. Queen, thank you so much. This was a pleasure.
You're welcome. And thank you for having me.
No, it was amazing. I mean, we couldn't wait for this conversation.
Yeah, we were like, when is it 6? When is it 6?
Man, it was taking so long, you know, it was taking so long. It was like counting those ballots in other states, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we were like so nuts. I'm like, okay, maybe we should just hit live and go crazy. But anyway, I'm happy we waited. Everybody's here. Thank you guys again for the love and support. And not just now, always. And it will always come back tenfold. Let's give this guy some love too. He's amazing. And he's going to be interviewing some other beautiful, amazing people. Let's follow him and make sure we catch up with them as well.
Yes, it's going to be a great week. It's all Queens all week. You know, thank you for setting it off right this Monday.
Most definitely.
Monday, getting us going. It's exciting. So everybody, thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. You know, if you guys aren't busy, tune into my sis, DJ Millie. She's going live with amazing DJ set. She's phenomenal. So thank you guys so much, and we'll talk soon. Queen Pureness, thank you.
Always. I love you guys.
Thank you. All right. Take care.
Take care.